What's up, guys? All right, for practice today, Tatum Bethune, ankle, won't practice. Samo, ankle, won't practice. Nick Martin, concussion, won't practice. And Juice, ribs, limited. Go ahead.
No opening the window for Ichiro this week?
We're opening up tomorrow.
No.
I was going to save this, but, a big story in the NFL is Phillip Rivers. Obviously, you guys had reached out to him three years ago when he was, 2 years removed from playing. What makes him like a legitimate guy who might be able to play, in his 40s? Like, what are his qualities that would be like, okay, maybe you can pull this off?
Well, when he played, he's one of the best quarterbacks of all time. The way, as you get older, I think mobility leaves big time. Arm strength doesn't always. And when you have guys at elite level who know how to play in the pocket, who have the size to hang in there, and still have the arm strength to make the throws that you need to make, that gives the guys like that an opportunity or a chance to be able to pull off something like this. And I would say he's one of the few who would have a chance to do this.
You guys reached out to Rivers and Roethlisberger?
Just Rivers.
Oh, just Rivers. Yeah. Okay. And sorry, I know I'm testing your memory a little bit. What was the time? Was that like when Jimmy broke his foot? Was that later on?
No, we talked to Phillip as soon as Jimmy broke his foot and talked about the possibility of him coming in. I remember telling him that we really felt good about this rookie that we had. And we were having to sign other guys from other teams to even have a backup at that moment, so we had no backup. We also had a rookie who was the last pick in the draft and who hadn't played a snap yet except for the mop-up time that he got. So we're not sure where this is going to go. But we'd like to see him go and see how he can do because we think he might do real well. But regardless, we didn't have anyone after him at the time, so that was when Phillip started watching our installs, getting ready for the possibility to come here, and he would have if Brock ever got hurt.
What do you see from Cam Ward? Where's he at in his development? What kind of challenges he present?
You can see is why he's the first pick in the draft. He throws like a top quarterback. He can make every throw on the field. I think when number one is open, he's extremely accurate at hitting them. You see the ability.
Kyle, why the timing to open Yetur's window tomorrow and not today or even Monday?
Just because of how the whole offseason went with him and our plan this year. We don't ever practice on 2 days in a row on Wednesday and Thursday. So he only practiced on Thursdays regardless, even before he got hurt. So we're not going to open until that day.
And as far as Nick Martin, is it just a matter of him working through the concussion protocol, or is he still experiencing symptoms?
Yeah, no, he's in the protocol. He's still got symptoms, so that's why he's still in it.
You mentioned going into the bye that it might be a little early for Tatum Bethune to come back out of practice. Is that that's kind of the sense of it, or you just?
So that's what it is today, but we'll see tomorrow.
Alec Eilmanor was a Stanford guy. Was he someone that you guys were looking at in the draft, and then what have you seen from him so far this year?
Yeah, we definitely studied him hard in the draft. He's done a good job, got a lot of playing time, and they've had some young guys going on there, especially with some injuries, and he's a big receiver who can make some plays, but I think he's done real well for his rookie year.
After 13 games, how refreshing was a Week 14 bye, and how did you spend it? I
spent it hanging out with the family, relaxing. It was fun to kind of just watch football Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, and just from a fan perspective. And it was different having to buy this late. I don't know if I'd ever ask for that or wish upon it, but it was kind of nice. Usually you have your bye week early on, and I annoyed the hell out of my family because I'm like, no, we have to do this for lunch. We have to do this right now because when this is over, I'm going like 11, 10 weeks straight. So it was a little different having it in December where it was almost a little more relaxing because you've made so much of the roster. You've made so much of the season already, and I'm excited to get back now for the best time in the year for football.
Excuse me. You guys have done really well post-bye, a lot of years. And is there some message or is there some reason that you think your team is so much more successful post-bye?
Not that I know of. We don't do anything differently. I know some people have good records, some people have bad records, but I think most of that's just a coincidence. I don't think we do anything unusually different than other teams, but I think we practice hard, we play hard, so it's always good when we get a rest. I mean, you always come in feeling better, and the key is to how to keep that freshness and feeling better, but yet still get at least 2 hard days of practice in so you can knock off all that rust. And if you can do the combination of both, where you rest to get fresher, but you can also find a way to get that rust off before Sunday, then I think it's always an advantage.
Coach, just wondering if the time off, you had any time to reflect that you guys are 9-4, given all the challenges you've had with injuries, that I know you need a little bit of help, but still have a shot at the division and an outside shot at being the number one overall seed in the NFC. Did you reflect on all that at all?
No. Everyone tries to with me, and then I usually snap at them. You can just as easily lose 4 games in a row as win 4 games in a row, and so that 4 games is a long ways away, and there's a lot of things that can happen, so I don't reflect at all.
Where is Eric Kendricks at health-wise, and how do you see him fitting in?
I'll get Eric going. He's got a tight calf today, so I'm not sure how much he's going to go today, if he's going to go. But he's working back into here. Hopefully it's not too bad of a setback with that, but we'll see when he gets on the field.
Has he been emotionally coming back in, and because he hasn't played football in a while?
I think he's awesome. I mean, I feel like I know him just because I've gone against him. It seems like so many times I don't know him, but just seeing him out on the field, it's like eerie watching him on scout team all last week, just from our end zone copy, because I feel like I'm having post-traumatic stress from seeing him as a linebacker all the time going against him. But he looks like Eric, acts like how I've always heard he is, and you can tell he loves football, and hopefully he can get his body right and get out there.
Follow up about the bye week. We know for the guys, it's like resting the body and kind of rejuvenation. For you as a coach, you do pretty well historically after a bye. How does it kind of help you to reset? Do you put it down completely? Do you still study? Do you break away? How is that?
No, I try to. I mean, I go up till Tuesday night and then I shut it down till Sunday. I just spend time with people I haven't seen for a little bit or spend enough time with, and I catch up on sleep. Usually get 3 good meals in a day, and enjoy my dog a little bit and come back a little bit fresher.
I know you wanted Salah back regardless, but given everything the defense has been through, all the moving parts, I think how beneficial has it been to have a guy that you trust so implicitly in that role this year?
It's huge. I mean, just going through this offseason with him, having to make a bunch of decisions on where we were going and where we're at, and trying to make the best of a number of things going into the draft like that, knowing how this year was going to be different, and knowing we were going to have to tinker with things throughout the year, and just having a guy that I know has done it before, and also I've done it. We've done it together to where I know that he's extremely capable of doing it, and he's done it at such a high level, done it in a number of places, and it's exactly what he's done here.
Found yourself having to be less involved with the defense? I mean, were you doing it more than you maybe would have liked with first-time coordinators?
I mean, you always got to meet with them. You can't ever get too far away, whatever side of the ball you're on or major in as a head coach. But also, too, when I watch people try to fix things too much, when you're giving it, whether it's 50% of your attention or 80% of your attention, you got to be very careful if you're not giving something 100% of your attention that you're going to make it worse. So I try not to overdo anything regardless of the situation, but I always try to stay involved.
Of it being as easy to lose 4 games as it is to win, is that something you have to address with the team, just keeping the focus here and not letting that outside noise seep in?
No, totally, because I think that's how I talk every week. I don't think that's any different now. I mean, I'll talk that differently if the last game we're fighting for exactly what that is, because now I can say it, but I just know how quickly things go in this league, and that's how I talk in week 1. After we're 1-0 or after we're 3-0 to our first loss, that there's really no difference in how we talk until you know exactly what that game is, and rarely is it that case until you get to a playoff game.
How did expectations for Kurtis Rourke over these next 21 days?
It's just nice to get him back. He's been working to be healthy, to get out there in the practice field. We'll see how he does in these 3 weeks. Nick not being here will allow him to get more reps on scout team. He'll still be doing those with Mac too, because Mac's got to get his reps in. But it's really just to value him for these 3 weeks and see where it goes.
A lot of people around the league have said this is like the most wide open NFL. Since you've been in the league, would you kind of agree to that, or where like a lot of teams have a chance to win it all?
Yeah, I do think a lot of teams have a chance to win it all. I think that's pretty similar though to me most years. I mean, you always have, anytime you got Mahomes and things like that, and you got the Josh Allens and stuff, they're always the ones that you look at. But But there are a number of other teams, especially when you take guys like that out of the picture, that are all capable. And when it's the NFL, which is different than all sports, when it's one game and not best of 7, anybody's capable of winning. And now you got to be good enough to get to the playoffs. You got to be good enough to win 3, possibly 4 in a row, which those are the challenges. But on any given Sunday, it's one game. That's, to me, why football's the best. It's never about a 7-game series. And usually when it's one game, any team can win. In a 7-game series, to me, it's always usually the best team.
Relayed how his toes feeling after the bye, and after last game, did you see like some increased mobility where maybe you can open things up more?
We haven't held anything out. Once he's came back, especially halfway through that first game, Arizona. Like I asked him after that game about his toe on Monday, and I got such good answers, and he looked that way all week that I haven't asked him about his toe since. I'll let Eric do that.
How did you spend your bye week?
It was great. Yeah, just went back home, hung out with the family. Rested, recovered. It was awesome.
Knowing that you guys are right here, what's kind of the mentality over the next 4 weeks?
I just get better every day. Same as always. But it's good to come back fresh and get ready for the stretch. But we're taking it one day, one game at a time.
What sticks out about Tennessee's defense to you?
They fly around, man. They got a really good front. I think when you look at guys like 98, he's a special player, been a special player for a long time. But they have a really good defense, talented. They fly around well. They penetrate well. They're downhill and make a lot of plays for their team.
Memories of Eric Kendricks and playing against him?
Man, I've been playing against him forever. It feels like even back to the UCLA days. So he's always somebody who's really good run linebacker, but really good in coverage as well. He's dynamic, he's versatile, and pumped he's on our team and don't have to play against him.
Does he look the same?
Yeah, absolutely.
You've been scoring touchdowns again almost every game. Does it feel like you're getting back in that groove, kind of like when you were 2022, 2023?
I just take it one game at a time. You never know what can happen in a game. Just for me, it's just about seeing it and hitting it, and seeing what happens at the end of the day.
How energizing is it when you're in a playoff race? You guys come back from the bye that's so late to now a 4-game stretch to kind of get yourself where you want to be in January.
Yeah, I think when you look at the bye early in the year, you're kind of dreading it. You got to go 13 straight or whatever it is. But now that it's done and it's happened at the end of the year, and getting some guys back and getting healthy again, it's a blessing in disguise.
Just wondering, during the bye, did you do any reflecting with all the injuries you guys have had? You guys are 9-4 and really have a chance to win the division, outside chance to be the #1 overall seed in the NFC.
In my bye, I rested, recovered, and just tried to get my mind, body, and spirit ready to come back here this week and get ready for Tennessee.
How different was it this year that you kind of had dad duty as well? You weren't just free of all responsibility.
It was awesome, man. Yeah, that's the best part of the bye, is being able to spend time with my daughter.
3 out of 4 at home too. You guys had so many games on the road, but now you almost can sleep in your own bed every night. How advantageous is that for your team down the stretch here?
Yeah, I think the best thing our team can do for these next 4 games is take this one day at a time. We're focused on one game, and that's Tennessee. We don't look to the future or anything else other than having a great practice today and focus on the Tennessee Titans this weekend.
So when you get away, it's good. Went to Napa and the Duck Club, so spent our time here in California, but had a good time.
Drinking some wine?
Of course, always. It's pretty good.
Anything that stood out in the tastings?
They say about Gouda, it's just so good. So that's one of my funny ones I say. But this is good stuff.
What have you seen from Tennessee, and what stands out when you're watching film?
Obviously, when you turn on the tape, it's 98. When you got an interior defensive lineman who's as disruptive as him and can make the plays he can. Obviously, Arden being here as well. It's just, they're a good front. They get off. They had a good week last week against Cleveland. So, we're going to have our hands full inside, but also, they just got to take care of business. But, their defense who flies around and makes plays. But, 98 is going to be the key piece in there.
How much would it need for you to have Christian get 1,000?
It'd be awesome. I think he's, him and Marshall Falk are running around together right now. So, you want to get your guys in the end zone and yardage and all that. So, if that's something he can achieve and we can be a part of that, that'd be a pretty cool experience for all of us.
How much scoreboard watching, or how many games did you get to see on Sunday?
Quite a bit. Obviously watched the Monday night game, and then I think I watched Bills Bengals in the blind, had that going. So I watched a few of them, and then the Sunday night game. So it's nice when you can sit back and watch and not have the pressure of a game going. But now it'd be nice to be back in it.
When you watch that though, and you know the standings can shift dramatically, you guys could have moved it to 2 last week. I mean, are you rooting pretty hard for something like that?
I don't know if we're rooting hard for it, but people made a big deal out of the whole 7-6 thing, and could have been to 2, but obviously seasons are made and lost in November, December. So these 4 weeks are going to be the most important of our season, and it's looking that way. The NFC is kind of wide open. You got your top tier teams, and then guys like us who are fighting for those spots. So it could come down to Seattle and us for a 1, or however the season's going to go. As long as we're in, that's all that matters.
There's one guy that you would drink wine with on this team. Who is it?
One guy.
A classy teammate.
Classy, I would say. I know George does some, so I'd love to go to a winery with him.
Are you a red wine guy, white wine guy?
Red for sure. Merlot, Syrahs, a little pepper, I guess they put in there. But no, we're part of one, so it's a cool deal, and I love going up to Napa.
Speaking of George, he had a podcast. He had the top 5 sports movies. Do you have a list?
List of top 5. No order, but Longest Yard. You have Miracle. What we got? What else? Remember the Titans is great. Major League 1 and 2, so there's 5. But no, Major League's a fantastic movie. Love that. But no, I think that's a good list of 5 so far. Yeah.
Perfect with your wine and Gouda.
Yeah.
Did you late bye week before?
No, first time in my career. Yeah.
What was that like? Did you like it? Not like it?
It was okay. I mean, it's part of the process. So.
Did it give you that extra time you need to?
Yeah, definitely gave me the extra time I needed. To come back, and it was a little frustrating because I haven't missed a game in almost 4 years. So missing those 2 games is very frustrating for me. But we're back.
How'd you deal with that frustration?
Just work out, get healthy, and get stronger. So.
When you heard it, did you think that you could come back this quickly?
Yeah. It wasn't a crazy injury, so I knew I had a good shot, and the training staff did a great job to get me back. So.
When did it exactly happen?
On the extra point, one of the last extra points against the Cardinals. So.
Did you not kick for about a week or so, Eddie? Like, how long did you give your leg?
Yeah, almost like 2 weeks, without kicking, and just kind of strengthening the muscles around it. And they had a good process for me. The training staff had a good process for me here, and it was great. So
you're going to be kicking the final 4 games this year. 3 are here, 1's indoors in Indy.
Yes.
Is that welcome news for a kicker?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. I'm excited.
Were you a little relieved that Matt got to take the duties in Cleveland with the crazy win that he had?
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I found out on game day that it was super windy, and I saw that. But I mean, it's just part of the process. And honestly, I wanted to kick in the game. And like I said, I haven't missed a game in almost 4 years. So not being able to play that game obviously was just tough. And being on the sidelines, I love to play and I love the sport. So just happy to be back.
Can you explain the difference of games now in December when you're fighting for a playoff spot?
Yeah.
How different it feels just for you personally, for the team, when they're getting into stretch right here?
Yeah, I mean, just, playing meaningful games is awesome. And, here towards the end of the year, the weather gets windier and it's tougher to kick in conditions. But, I mean, it's fun, and I'm just, happy to be back. So.
Yeah, it was great. I just spent it, relaxing, and had a toy drive back home. Did that, spent some time with the kids.
Would you take this Week 14 bye week over an earlier one now that you've kind of gone through it?
I think it's all relative to, how the season's going and, whether you need that break. Because sometimes, an early bye could backfire too. You gotta, especially if you want to be a playoff team and make a deep run. That's a long season if you get an early bye.
After the game in Cleveland, you congratulated Myles Garrett and talked to him, and just your history playing this month to finally to get it over the season.
Yeah, it was fun, man. I've only played him twice. This was my second time I'm only playing him, so yeah, I mean, he's got a ton of respect for him. You know, just one of the best we've ever seen, and just generational talent. So it's always fun being able to go up against him and play good on good.
Well, your post-game comment to him was pretty funny. Like, I don't care if I ever see you.
Yeah. Obviously I wasn't super serious about that, but he's not the matchup that you want to see when the schedule comes out.
Trent, what would it mean to your group, the offensive line, for Christian to get 1,000 to be a part of a special season like that?
Yeah, I mean, that would be huge. Just more so for Christian, just continuing to rewrite the history books. And, he's a transcendent talent, and we're lucky to be around him, lucky to have him. So, obviously, more happy for Christian, but it would be good to be a part of history.
He's got 8 rushing touchdowns in the last 8 games. Do you feel like he's got that touchdown groove that he had a couple years ago?
I think this just been Christian for the length of his career. He's always had a nose for the end zone. He's always found a way to get in the end zone, and he's enabled, the offensive coordinators to be able to do a large array of things with him, and put him in different spots and get him in mismatches, and and it helps him allow him to get high touchdown numbers like he's getting.
What jumps out about Tennessee to you?
Especially up front, it's never easy. I feel like every team has a pretty decent D-line or somebody good on it. So, really, really decent D-line. Linebackers fly around. Just one of those young, hungry teams that just coming off a win and, got momentum going. So it'll be another dogfight as usual.
It's a pretty big headline around the league. You might play him next week. Philip Rivers is coming back. I mean, what are your thoughts on him coming back after 5 years of not playing and trying to do it again?
More power to him, man. I think I'm ready 44. To give some hope to the older guys. Maybe still be doing it around that age. So, been a big fan of Philip for a long time. So happy to see him back. Happy, love to see him out there just to see it, for the league.
Colton said he spent most of his bye week in Napa drinking. Did you know that he was such a wine connoisseur?
I didn't. But when you get that extension, you start indulging into different things. So maybe it's the money. Nah, I'm not against it though. But no, I'm not a huge wine guy.
Open, just how exciting is that to finally get out there on the field?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's something that I've been looking forward to, and it's been part of the goal ever since I got here. So it's great that it's finally starting today.
When did you feel like you're ready to go and you could get out there and practice?
Yeah, I've been working through the plan ever since I got here with the staff here, and so this is just another step. I've been feeling good for the past couple of weeks. It's just we're making sure it's the right time, that it was fully ready to go, and this just seems like the best time.
Well, what does it feel like, or just the getting the playbook, watching practices, but not being able to go out there? Have you been able to simulate stuff on the side, or how do you go about that?
Yeah, I've been able to get my work in just with strength coaches, throwing them the ball and trying to act out things. It's definitely going to be a little bit better, just being against live guys and all that, but just a lot of mental reps, a lot of just taking it all in, and taking what I learned from the meetings to then just seeing it out, see how it's played,
Do you have any sense of how much scout team stuff you'll do, or what the plan is for these 21 days?
Not really. There isn't really a set plan, but whatever they need me, if they need me to do scout team, I'm more than happy to. But I'm just looking forward to doing some drills, kind of getting integrated within the system.
Did you get a sense where you could have gotten drafted had you not had the knee issue?
There's definitely talks and rumors and everything like that, but I'm pretty happy that I ended up here. I think it's one of the best systems anyways, whether it happened earlier in the rounds or later. I'm just happy to be drafted and be part of this team.
And then for next year, just having this experience of being able to have 3 weeks of practice at least, how much of a head start would that give you as you compete for something next year?
Yeah, it's huge. That's really what I've been looking forward to, just getting my feet wet, getting back, playing football, seeing a defense again. It's been a while, and so just being able to get that head start, like you said, before the new year starts, before OTAs, and we'll see where it goes.
And then finally, how much pride are you taking in what Indiana's doing?
It's awesome. I had the privilege of being there, watching the game on Saturday, and so it was awesome being in there, seeing some of the guys, and then watching them go out and tear it up and get some good revenge for last season.
Did you get the sense that last year was a historic season with you at quarterback, that there was even better days ahead? Did you get that sense in the building, especially when the head coach stays there, and that you guys are building, you're on the front grounds of building for something great?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Sig is going to bring the best guys in that he can and that he believes in. And so last year I definitely felt a lot of special, and I wish we were able to finish the job. But I knew that Sig would continue to build. He set that foundation last year that we had, and I think the league and everyone took notice, and everyone is going to start wanting to come and play for Indiana, and that's kind of what he did this year.